Hello my dear friends and welcome back to my tutorial. Today we're gonna create this type of the panel. This type of the panel it's quite complex, so today we will create it and you will get in the end this type of the panels, which is you can parameterize it later on, but this is already will be up to you. If you are ready for this tutorial, let's get started. As always, in my tutorial we will start from the scratch. I will open the new Revit and we will start to create our panels there. Now it's time to create our mesh form. For the mesh form we should create the new family, new one, and you should find your template. Here is the English template and go to the conceptual mesh. Here you will find the mesh form template. Let's open up and we will start work here. Before we will continue, please subscribe to my channel and share this video. It really will help to my channel. Thank you. Once you will open your mesh form template, create your mesh form. You can create any type of the mesh form or you just can follow my idea. About dimensions doesn't matter, but don't create the too large mesh form. I created like 10 meters by something like a 10 meters and create the form. And also don't make it too high. 20 or 25 meters it will be pretty enough. I will create the 24 meters. Here is my panels and here is my mesh form. And the next thing what you should do, select one of the sides and just divide it by surface. Here is, as you can see now, our surface pattern. We can change it. As you can see, here is the no pattern and I will leave it no pattern. I will change it only the U grid and V grid. I will change the layout type from the fixed number to the fixed distance, and I will make 4 meter height of my panels, and width I will make it 2500 millimeter. And as you can see, here is my panel. Here will be my future panel, which is we will use for this type of the pattern. Our first stage is done. Now it's time to create our main family. To create new family, you should go back to the file, don't close the main file, create the new one and go to the family. We need to use the metric generic adaptive family. It's here, metric generic model adaptive. Let's use it. Or we can use another type of the family. This is called pattern based. It's already up to you. I prefer for this form using the pattern based. So we will use the pattern based. This is really important. Let's select metric generic model pattern based. I will say one more time the name of the template and let's say OK. As you can see, here is our network. It's pretty similar with the previous one. And let's change the dimensions of this network. As you can see, here is the horizontal one, it's the 3000 something millimeter, and vertical it's spacing 300 also something 100,000 millimeters. I will change by same idea, 4000 millimeters the high and 2500 millimeters it will be thickness. And as you can see, we get our panel as you can see it here right now. So the next thing what we should do, we should create our pattern. But before we will do that, I wanna make sure this is 4000 millimeter is the height. To just check it, go to the floor level 1 and you will see it's not our height, it's our thickness, so we should change it. I will select again and I will say here the 2500 millimeter and here it will be 4000 millimeter. And right now we get what we want. Now you can straight away close the plan view and now we can start to work. We will start to work with 4 points. Yes, today will be a lot of the tutorial about the points. So I will create it fast. So set work plane, set your main work plane, and after that select your point element and place exactly on the point. And you should do it several times. Again, set work plane, place the point, and 2 more times, set, place, and set and place. We did it. Now we should select our points. I will select everything because I'm so lazy. Go to the filter, none, and we should select our reference points. It's here, the reference points. I will select it, and as you can see anything. This is right, because we now should make some offset. Let me will make the offset 500 mm to see where is my point. Here is my point. Let's straight away create the parameter for this point, offset, and we not will create it manually. We will select it and we will select the new parameter. Let's call the new parameter main offset. Today we're not gonna create something like parametrical thing. We will create it more statical one. So it means all the parameters what we will use here will be in our main family. If you wanna create it parametrical, you can do that. You already know by my tutorials or maybe by your own. What the next? Next we need a reference line. To create reference line, you should go to the reference, select the line, and don't forget 3D snapping, because we want to snap our points, one point to another point, escape, and one point to another point, and again escape. One more time escape, and now we should place our points. Let me will place 1 point, second point, and 1 point and second point. Doesn't matter where you will place it, and you should place it exactly on the line. Let's select now first this point and this point on the left side. For two of them, we should select the normalized curve 0.2. If everything on the line, everything correct. Let's leave these points without any typical parameter, but we need one more thing. We need see the working plane from these points. So for that one, you should go here, work reference planes, and change the when selected to the always, and uncheck show normal reference plane. Now you will see the reference working plane from these points. The same thing we will do here. Select these 2 points. First we want to normalize curve parameter 0.8. And after that we should do the same thing. We want to see always our work planes. So now we can see it. We need one more point. Let's go back to the point element and let's place it exactly on the middle. When you will see this triangle, it means this is midpoint. Let's place it here and let's place it here. Again the same thing, select all these points and say you want to see always the work plane. We did it. Now again our work, we should select our work plane, set this work plane and place the point. And we should do it several times for all our 6 new points. As you can see, I did it. So now you can select all these points. As you can see, here is the 2 points, reference points number 2. If you will try to filter, it's impossible to do because you have the 2 same time points in one place. So you should do it manually. Just use the tab key to select point and do it one by one. Or if you are afraid to move from the main point, select 1 point and make it offset. For example, for this one it will be minus 150 mm. Why? Because our plane was changed the direction, as you can see. So it's okay, we can leave it as it is. It's not a big problem, it's not a big deal for us. Let's leave it like that. So, but all our points should have the same idea. As you can see here, the same idea again. So let's use it minus 150 mm, and here it should be the same thing. As you can see, I'm skipped the middle point right now because we don't need it right now. So we did it 150 mm, and the last one, as you can see, all the points have the same idea, so I mean the same rotation. We don't need to do anything with these points. As you can see, actually the 150 mm is too small. I should change it, but now we can easily to do that. Let's select all these points, which is we did offset, and let's create the parameter for this point. Let's call this point secondary offset. So we did it. So the secondary offset we have, but the distance which is I want to use, let's do change from the minus 150 mm to minus 300 mm. So now it's much better. Maybe you can actually offset more, but it's already by your taste. If you wanna do it, it's not big problem for us. What about the middle one? Middle one, the points we should offset by 500 millimeter, but we don't know where it's looking right now. Right now I know, as you can see, it's looking again to the down, so it means 1500 millimeter it will be okay. It will be too much. Minus 1000 millimeter, and it will be pretty good. Let's leave it. And for these points, it also will be minus 1000. As you can see, I'm not creating any parameters. I'm not creating any formula, because this tutorial not about the formula. This tutorial mostly about how we can create the complex surface. As you can see, now we have a lot of the parameters, and now you can be mistaken. It's okay. We will once we will place our geometry, you will understand why we need all the points. So now we need 2 extra points. We already created on the middle side, but we need 2 more extra points. How we can do that? Again, to the reference one, and let's create it here, this line and this line. Also, let's try to create it from the same direction. It not will mistaken you. So, and let's create from this point to this, because we need the middle point. And as you can see, if I will select this point, it's exactly on the 0.5. Whenever you will change the size, it always will be on the 0.5. So we did it. We need 2 extra points, actually 3 extra points. We need on this corner, and on the middle. As you understand, on the middle it will be same direction always. So, but this one, it will be have the same parameter like that one. So we can say, if you will select this point, let me will select this point. As you can see, we have here the parameter 0.2. So here it also will be 0.2. Let me will do the 0.2. Here it will be 0.8. And as you can see, it's swapped. It's just changed the distance. I not mean distance. It's changed the side of where it's located. It's okay. Let's select all 3 points, and let's make it again the reference one. So now it's reference. Again, the same work. Set work plane, this one, and place the point. You will get this is warning message. This is important. This is warning message, not error. It means you can skip it. Let's set the plane and let's place the point. And again, let's place plane and let's place the point. Now let's select this point, as you can see it here, and let's make it, for example, minus 100 millimeter. Because everything here it's by minus, as you can see here it was rotated, so it means we should making the positive number. It will be 100 millimeter. Okay, here it also will be 100 millimeter, and this one will be, let's say, 800 millimeter. So we did it. We have now, right now we have the main points, so we are ready to start to create our geometry, and you will understand for how the working each points for us. Let's leave it this family like that. Let's go to the file and let's create the new adaptive family. Go to the file, family, and here you should find now metric generic model adaptive. Let's open up it and let's create the new family. To create this family, you will spend really little time. So what we need? We need just place the 3 points, 1, 2, 3, that's it. Let's select all these points and let's make it adaptive. As you can see, 1, 2, 3. So what the next? Next we wanna select these points by line, and let's connect it by line, 1, 2, and 3. And let's select this line and let's make it reference line. We are already on the middle, we are already on the, under the finish. Let's place the point somewhere here, for example. Again, select this point, but now we need only the always parameter. We want to see only this work plane. Now let's set this work plane and let's create this circle. It will be like a profile. Let me create. You can create it again parametrical one, but I will create it statical. 60 millimeters, it will be pretty enough for me. After that, select this pattern and select your reference line, and after that just say create the form. If you wanna apply some material, select your geometry and of course apply your material, because right now it doesn't have any material. I not will spend your time. So save your file, call it like profile, profile based, and let's load it inside to our project. We are using right now family number 2, and I guess I'm right. And let's create our first step. It will be here, here, and this point we created, and same here, 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 and this point. Let's do the same thing here, 1, 2, and 3, and again 1, 2, and 3. So half the finish, we should create now our main panel. So let's create it. Now we should again go to the File, New, Family, and now we should again use the metric generic adaptive family. It's here. Let's go. Now let's go to the top view. It's really important for us right now, and we should create our points, like 1 point, 2nd point, 3rd point. Again, we did it. After that, let's continue this idea. 1 point, 2nd point, and 3rd point, and 3 points more. 1 point, 2nd point, and 3rd point. It's like this. Let's select all these points and let's make it adaptive. To more nicely work, let's use the align key and let's align it everything by one line, because right now it will make us really terrible work. I will do it really fast. I will try to make it really fast. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this one, this one, this one, this one. I hope everything on the one line. If you are not believe to the align, you can use dimension. Dimension, it's also possible to use something like that. Let's make it equal, and something like that, and let's make it equal. So this is much better, I think. Let's align it by this style. Align by this line, align by this. This is really matter, so try to spend your time to align everything. By this way you will better understand why is something wrong. So we did it. We did 3 our panels, as you can see. So what we're gonna do next? Next I wanna this point, and this point actually. I will select these 3 middle points. I wanna actually change, move a bit high, something here. By this way you will better understand what's going on with your panels. And this panel I wanna move by, let me do like 1200 here, and this point by 1200 here. This is no matter for the panel, but it's matter for you guys. It will be better to understand how the panel will be looks like in the end. So that's why spend your time to create something like I did. So next time go to the reference, and after that use the spline through points. Let me use that and create the spline number 1 from the point 1 to the point 2, from the point 3 to point 2 to the point 3. Same thing from the point 4, 5, 6, and again 7, 8, 9. We did it. Now select all the splines, as you can see, and create the form. As you can see, we get the form. So this is what we will get in the end. That's why it's better if you will place your point approximately like you will see it in the end. But about the color, so you should apply it right now, because once you will load it inside to the project, you not will able to change it. I will save it before. I will call it the main panel. And let's load it inside to the project. Our project, as you can see, is the family number 2 inside to the project. And now be careful, we should place here, it will be our first point, here is our second point and third point. After that we are going here, 1 point, second point, and third point. And after that we are using these points, this point, that point, and this last point. And as you can see, we get our panels. But it's not finished. We should create one more thing. So let me will create again one more family, one more adaptive family. As I said today will be a lot of the adaptive families. But don't try create adaptive family inside adaptive family inside adaptive family. This will be worse. Try to create only in one level. So it means in one adaptive family, only one adaptive family, not more. So we did it, but right now I not will use the line. I will use the spline. Let's use the spline, again reference line, and create 1, 2, 3. Why I'm creating right now spline? Let me I will show you difference. If I will use, for example, line, here I will show you how it's working. Give me a second, I will place it. If I will use the line, if I will change somewhere one point, it will be changed by angle. As you can see, this is a straight angle. If I will use the spline, oh, this is terrible result because this is not spline, this is line, as you can see. If I will use the spline, we will get another result. Let me I will show you. We will get this result. It's curving automatically, so you no need care about that. That's why I'm using the spline for this situation. Let me I will place some point somewhere, and as we did before, now you should select your point, uncheck when you select it to the always, and set this work plane. Be careful, this work plane, and again you should use the circle one. Let me I will use the circle one. I will say this will be also the 60 millimeters, and I will select this reference line with the my profile. Let me I will create the profile. And again I will save it. Better to always give the name curved profile. And let's load it inside to the project number 2, family number 2. Now we are able to place it here, 1, 2 and 3. This is not ideal, but we already have the something. And where's the number 1 and number 3? Give me a second. Number 3. We did it. So we did all our panels, as you can see, and now it's time to upload it to the load it inside to our project. For that one, again, save your panel. This will be better, and this one will be final panel. Let's load it inside to the project. Don't close it, just load it inside to the project. Project is our family number 1. Let's do it. As you can see, nothing has changed. This is true because we didn't change our pattern. I will select my surface pattern, and now I will change it to my final pattern. I will select it. It takes a bit of time, but once you will finish, as you can see, we get our pattern. Right now, my pattern it's not parametrical at all, so all the panel or all the parameters what I have, it's statical one, as you can see. I cannot change anything. But if you wanna do, if you wanna make it more parametrical one, you should go back. I'm going back, and I will change only one parameter. I will say here it will be, for example, the main offset, as you can see, 500 millimeter. I will change it. I wanna make it more parametrical one. Reference, as you can see, I'm changing type. I'm changing to the instance. I will change it. I will load it back again. Override parameters, and now I can select one parameter, one panel, as you can see here, for example, and I am able to change it, the parameter offset. Where is the parameter offset? Actually it's here, but you should use the tab key. Be careful because we want to select panel, not just surface, like this. Here is now I'm selecting the panel. Once you will select the panel, you will see this is parameters here, 500 millimeter. I will change it to the 1500 millimeter, and what we will get, as you can see now, it's going to the offset. This is only just one type how we can change, for example, by parametrical our panels. You can create your own rules. You can change, for example, even the openness, how much it's opening or closing, but it's already another tutorial. It's already, we should use Dynamo. But for this tutorial it's finished. If you like this tutorial, if you want a more tutorial about the adaptive families in Revit, just let me know below the comments, and I will try to make much interesting the part of the how you can create your adaptive families in Revit. For this tutorial is finished, thank you guys for watching and see you next time.